Hey there everybody, this is Rockman coming at you with episode 2 of my Pokemon Let's Play. If you are curious about how I got to the Viridian City Pokemon Center, you can click this annotation, which will show you my grind video. If you don't really care, you just want to know basically what happened over there on the right. I'm using my fingers to point. Is just a quick summary of what went down in that video without much further to do, we're just gonna go ahead and go on with the regular video. There's not a whole lot to do in Viridian City. If we go into this Pokemart, we can buy some Pokemon balls. There aren't any potions for sale in the red and blue versions though, but that's okay because we found a few hidden ones. Over here is another nice little tutorial place. Just talks about battling and movement controls and all of that. Is not very important. Over in here, normally I wouldn't want to go over here, but I like this guy. You know, it's talking about common nicknames for Pokemon. It's pretty hard. So we have a Spearow here in the corner, and it's named Speary. How creative. I don't know why that's so funny, but we're gonna go over here because over here is a battle that is actually kind of easy to miss. In fact, my first recordings I did miss it, and for some reason I come over here because I always seem to recall there being a hidden item, but there's nothing. It was just a waste of time, gentle viewer. And anyway, so we go up here. This is nice little area patch here, whereas the first place that we can encounter Nidorans, and they were interesting because they were the only sexed Pokemon in Generation 1. But we don't want to deal with that because we want to battle our rival. I switch around my starter and my Rattata. You will see very quickly the reason why. Basically, your starter Pokemon, especially if you pick Squirtle, is gonna be shit. It's gonna be utter butt shit. Really until he becomes Blastoise, and then he's, you know, quite a force to be reckoned with. The main reason I did switch out there is you see, your rival has got a level 9 Pidgey, and Pidgeys at level 5 learn Sand Attack, which is just one of the worst things to deal with if you don't have any guaranteed hit abilities, which Butt Munch does not. So basically what I do is I just sacrifice Butt Munch to this Pidgey to try and get its health down as much as possible and to try and use up as much of that Sand Attack PP as possible. I go down here, no big deal, I'm not too concerned because what's good about Rattatas is at level 7, they learn something quite useful, Quick Attack. And as you can see, it makes quick work. It basically has the same amount of power as Tackle, and it also is a guaranteed first hit. So there's no real reason not to use it. And against this Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur fortunately does not have any powerful attacks until around level 13 when it learns Vine Whip. So this battle is not that difficult. Leech Seed, oh no. But Bulbasaur has been dispatched already. Pretty easy fight. Now what's interesting to note is at this point, I believe if you lose your first rival battle, whatever, you just lose it. But if you lose that one, what happens when you lose fights is, and all your Pokemon faint, is you will just black out and appear at the nearest Pokemon Center, which actually did happen to me. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Anyway, so now that we've got that rival battle out of the way, we're going to we're done with Viridian City for now, basically. There's a lot of bushes in the way that we can't deal with. What is cool about Generation 1 is backtracking actually doesn't sound very cool, but with a certain ability that we will learn later in the game, makes backtracking negligible, and that's a lot of fun about it. So, teleporting Pokemon did it way before. I don't know. What other games do teleporting? Quickboarding. Or World of Warcraft. So we're on our way to the Viridian Forest. And just avoiding as much battles as we can. Fortunately, I actually don't get into many encounters. We cannot actually find ourselves. There's a nice antidote in this tree, which you will need if you get poisoned by any of the bug types here. Bug types, bug types are generally considered to be the weakest type. However, one Pokemon that will be in my standard main set. Oh, now hang on, before that, Kakunas. If for farming and grinding, Kakunas are just about the best to fight against, because they only have one ability, which is Harden, and they're you actually get quite a lot of experience for taking them down. The more defense that they get. So they're great for grinding on, especially if you have, a lot of abilities that take up, that have a lot of power points to use. Power points? Poke points. I don't know. It's not important. So we want to avoid as many battles as we can. We'll ignore that guy for now, just because we don't have any real thing to do. There's a nice another antidote. Super useful. Up is not the way to go. We want to go down. The Viridian Forest is kind of maze-like. It's easy to get confused and lost where you're going if you don't already know. Caterpies. I don't... Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to bother catching any of these Pokemons. Any of the bug-type Pokemons. They're just pretty much useless. I don't want them. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there is one bug-type Pokemon that is part of my standard lineup that I will include, but however, that doesn't come until much later into the game. Oh boy, I'm sorry for leaving all this in. I actually probably meant to speed this up. Whatever, y'all can manage. I think you'll be fine. Who says y'all? Anyway, yeah, so that one bug type is not going to come until much later, and in fact, I'm actually going to pretty much go out of my way to not have a full lineup until, basically, I'm ready to have my full lineup. I'll catch a few Pokemon here, in the next episode. I have planned already. I know for a fact that I'm going to get, 2 different Pokemon. However, one of them is, we'll put it this way. If you know the game, you'll know which Pokemon that I'm going to get. We'll just leave it at that. But I'll also, here's the question that I'll put to you guys is, on Route 3, of the route to Mount Moon, there are a few different types of Pokemon that we can encounter. So my question to you is, which one would you guys like to see be a part of my temporary lineup? Basically, we've got a Jigglypuff, Sandshrew, Spearow, or a Mankey. Sandshrew, Mankey, not really that likely to encounter. A little bit less, but oh no, sorry, that's what am I even talking about? Spearow or Jigglypuff? I've got yellow, red, and blue mixed up. Yellow is a butt version, and it was basically just created by stupid people who watched the show, and they're like, kids aren't gonna like this game if they're not gonna play the game based off of the show, based off of the game. That battle, this trainer battled down very easily. We did get poisoned. I've got tons of health though, so honestly, I'm not even gonna waste any of my antidotes to heal, because we're coming up to a Pokemon Center and the end of the episode very soon. So yes, once again, here's the poll. Excuse me. Should I catch a Spearow or a Jigglypuff and have that be a part of my temporary lineup? Up to you. general viewers and, I don't know, forum-ites, healed up our Pokemons. We're ready for the next episode. We have just one last thing to do. We have to talk here to this Jigglypuff, see what it has to say.